presented by Principal as Champ Week rolls on. Tonight we're in Las Vegas, and it is the title game in this West Coast Conference Championship. The matchup we seem to get year after year, the two powerhouse teams in this great basketball league. It's the number one seed, the Gaels of St. Mary's, who really in so many ways dominated the regular season in this conference against the team that has done that so many times over the years, the Gonzaga Bulldogs, the number 2 seed in this tournament. Here's how the teams got to this championship game. St. Mary's took down the upstart, the great upset story, Pepperdine. St. Mary's with a decisive win yesterday. Gonzaga, a spirited game against the 3 seed San Francisco. Head-to-head matchups this year both went to the Gaels, and a big reason why was their star point guard. The 119th all-time meeting between St. Mary's and Gonzaga. Overall numbers lopsided, but the Gaels have won 4 of the last 5, and including the 2 regular season meetings this year. And their point guard, Augustas Marciulionis, Randy Bennett's star, 2-time player of the year in this conference. He's been a huge reason why.
He has been, but quick starts have been. Zags fans will tell you, well, the 11-0 start in Spokane, senior day lineup, very different. But let's not forget Moraga, they got off to an 18-8 start. Getting off to a good start, really key for St. Mary's tonight, and Augustas Marciulionis is that guy.
Meanwhile, that dude, Graham Ike, wow, was he good last night against the Dons.
I mean, the numbers astound you at 27 points. I know your eyes go immediately to the number of fouls drawn. That's going to be key again tonight, because if you can get Mitchell Saxon to the bench, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, and it's so great that the fans have turned out. Long way from Spokane, huge number of Zags fans, and a lot of Gaels fans are here this year as well. Meeting number 3, head-to-head this season, and Gonzaga will have the ball first in this championship game.
I never take it for granted I'm sitting next to you again for a championship game in this conference. It's been a heck of a ride, partner.
We have had so many special games between these two. How about Braden Huff in the starting lineup? That is unusual, a change for the Zags. That's pretty big news.
I think they really want to attack down low and see if they can soften up the interior of this defense.
Ooh, very soft touch from Ike, a little baseline fadeaway jump shot. Meanwhile, the same starting lineup for the Gaels they've had all year long.
Expect to see a lot of zone tonight, in particular when Mikey Lewis isn't out on the floor.
Mitchell Saxon against Ike, working one-on-one. Saxon, little shot fake, and then Ike fouled him.
Talk about the need for St. Mary's to get off to a hot start. They're not really built to come back from large deficits. Now, this isn't a large deficit, but you've got to start executing at the offensive end and getting some cleaner looks.
Took Morauskas out. Wessels is in. Marciulionis against Huff. Marciulionis gets his first basket of the night.
That's also his first shot attempt of the night.
Yeah.
I think he senses that moment of, things aren't going well. Maybe instead of just facilitating and running it, I got to be able to look to score. They've turned the ball over 3 times. They're shooting 23%. They've gotten almost no offensive rebounds.
Finally, an uncontested look for Saxon. Gonzaga's letting him operate in the middle of the offense. That's not usually where he's most comfortable.
If you're Gonzaga right now, keep attacking the paint. You have not been a great, prolific 3-point shooting team. Continue to get the ball inside and be aggressive.
They're double-teaming Marciulionis, and somebody's got to make him pay for that. Saxon high off the glass.
Back-to-back possessions. Mitchell Saxon has got going towards the bucket. That's who St. Mary's is when they're good.
For the last 5 head-to-head against St. Mary's. They got swept in the regular season. And in portions of those 2 games, they got pushed around a little bit by the Gaels.
Well, and they had to watch St. Mary's celebrate in the McCarthy Athletic Center. Their home court, first time ever in that building's history.
The team had clinched and celebrated on that floor. Saxon kind of hesitated, but it turned into a nice play.
St. Mary's is starting to figure out their offense here a little bit. And now it comes down to, can you take away the pain for Gonzaga? Force them to shoot out over the top.
Ike's back in the game. You figure they're going to go to him quickly.
We have Ryan Nemhard on Mikey Lewis right now. Nolan Hickman, who did a great job defensively last night against Beasley.
Marciulionis.
He was guarding Marciulionis, and Marciulionis was able to get by him.
It tells you how strong that kid is.
There's no quit in Augustas Marciulionis. Statistically speaking, he's not the best player in this conference, but you couple that with his leadership, his intangibles, and the wins that this program has had, in particular the last 2 years.
Straight evening Sunday covering the reveal.
And the pressure bothered St. Mary's again. They barely got the ball over the top of the timeline.
And Henry wrestles with the basket.
Good drop off by Marčiulionis.
Was taken out of the game in the final minute of the half with 2 fouls, and then got a technical while he was on the bench. So now he has 3 as we start the second half. St. Mary's has the ball, and a great pass. Saxon dunks it home from Marčiulionis.
And we're tied. And the way this game started, I didn't know if we were ever going to see a tie in this game.
St. Mary's has not led for even 1 second. They got blitzed in the early minutes.
Great job by Barrett, though, to kind of pull the chair, and then he got caught in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a veteran move. Marčiulionis, little pull-up jumper.
I do like that Mark Few is kind of protecting Ryan Nembhard right now on defense, having him guard Ross. But if you can draw that foul, that is more important than any made bucket you can get on this individual possession.
I think it's a good point. Now you got Nembhard back on Jordan Ross. Trying to...
That's why you got to bring in Lewis, because then he can't hide it.
Ross just is not an aggressive scorer. Mikey Lewis is. Marčiulionis goes down the lane with a left hand. So strong, on balance. He didn't shoot the ball as well this year as he has in his career. Late in the season, he started to make some of those.
In particular, in that game at the Chase Center that you called against USF.
Yeah, they dared him to shoot, and he burned him. Marčiulionis spins, fouled.
That's Graham Ike's foul. That'll be his 3rd personal.
Well, the 2 best players, the 2 most important players for Gonzaga, each have 3 fouls with 13:21 to go. Well, you made the point. St. Mary's, they've had some games, including the one where these 2 teams met at St. Mary's this year. Mikey Lewis checks in. We'll talk about that in a moment. That's big for the Gaels. But the Gaels can struggle at the free throw line tonight. They're 8 of 10 in making their free throws. And Ike comes out. Nembhard stays in. Huff in for Ike.
Now who does Ryan Nembhard guard? And I think you got to isolate and go.
I'm with you. It's 48-42. These 2 teams, it hasn't been pretty for either team on the offensive end. Barrett on the inbound play just kind of flipped it up and somehow it went in. St. Mary's needed that one.
Huff continues to dominate this game. Such great composure, awareness to get to the spot where he can be successful.
Saxon's had a good game as well. 1:44 to go and another timeout.
Dave, not to berate the point, the worst 3-point shooting game of the season that we've seen actually since 2000 was 8%. 2 of 23 combined between 2 teams.
In a championship setting?
In a championship tournament setting.
That could turn into an extra quad 1 win if you're a Zags fan. We're done. Sports Center coming up next. Barrett will lay it in. Probably not going to matter at this point. 23 seconds left.
It's over.
It's over.
The Zags came to Vegas, and the Zags did some Zag things. You don't think it mattered? Look at these guys. It wasn't the easiest all season long. But when March hit, the Zags kicked it into another gear. They came here to Vegas. They locked in defensively. They were physical. They took care of business off of turnovers. And they are your WCC tournament champions.